What up, fams? Your boy JT back with another video. A lot's been happening with our birds this past week. Just wanted to talk about the current news, and also I wanted to do that video that I actually promised to do last week. My free agency stay or go. Tonight, I want to talk about the offense free agents. Which is really a short list, but first, let me address the Eagles finally got both their offensive and defensive coordinators. Brian Johnson, no surprise, was named offensive coordinator. I think that's good as far as continuity and, being that's Jalen Hurts' main man from, way back when. It's good to, we already knew that he was going to be back, but it's good to have that continuation, for our quarterbacks, maturity, to continue and to grow in this game. The defensive coordinator, I guess we all thought that, Denard Wilson, the in-house candidate, was probably going to be the next guy, but, he didn't get the job. Seattle's, defensive assistant coach, whatever he was, Sean Desai, is the new defensive coordinator. Honestly, I don't know nothing about him. Only what, I've been hearing about him being, I know he was the defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears back in 2021. That year, I think they had like 51 sacks. I don't remember where they said their rating was, but like where they finished as far as defensive rankings. But anyway, from, what I've heard so far, this is supposed to be a very, very intelligent, smart guy, a guy who's a teacher. He has a doctorate, in teaching, things of that nature, and supposedly knows the game of football defensively inside out. I said it before, like I didn't, really have a favorite out of everyone they were interviewing for the defensive coordinators, because I, really didn't know anything about them. So this is the guy that they feel, could lead our defense and, get things turned around. Because next year, it's all about getting back to Super Bowl, guys. Let's not try to play this any other way. Next year is not about, making it to the playoffs or winning the NFC East. It's all about getting back to the Super Bowl next year. Now, offensively, I believe we're set. We just need to add to it. I'm going to talk a little more about that in a second. But defense, obviously is what hurt us in that game. Is this the guy, that's going to change things around? I guess time will tell. But anyway, let me talk about these free agents real quick on offense. 7 guys, Jason Kelce, Isaac Seumalo, Boston Scott, Zach Pascal, Miles Sanders, Tyree Jackson, and Gardner Minshew. I expect, with the exception of Gardner Minshew and Miles Sanders, I pretty much expect everybody else back. Jason Kelce, if he's going to play, continue to play, he's not going to play anywhere else but here with the Philadelphia Eagles. Seumalo, did I leave him out? Seumalo, I'm up in the air about. People seem to think that's etched in stone that he's going to be gone. Could be the case, could be not. Boston Scott, I think, there's a chance, it's like you like heard other people say that maybe the Giants should sign Boston Scott. That way he won't be able to kill him like he does every year. Zach Pascal, another possibility. I know we're all kind of disenchanted with Quez Watkins and the way he came up small. Now, I watched Nick Sirianni's press conference yesterday, and they asked him about, I think it was Elliott Shore-Parks that, asked Nick Sirianni to assess Quez Watkins, and all he talked about was the opportunities that Quez Watkins didn't get because, they had this guy. They almost had three 1,000-yard receivers and all of that, but he did not speak on the opportunities to come up big that Quez did had and came up short on. And, I was a Quez Watkins supporter. I really wanted it to work, but he took a huge step back last year. And like I said, he was given opportunities to come up big and he felt miserably. So I think in that, the Zach Pascal is the quote unquote teacher's pet, Nick Sirianni's kind of guy. I think there's a good chance, that he can be re-signed. I mean, I'm still hoping for a major upgrade at slot receiver. Tyree Jackson, the 6'8" quarterback turned tight end project, I don't think that's something they want to give up on. I fully expect them, to bring him back. Miles Sanders, man, he did me dirty in the Super Bowl because, he was one of the guys I picked to be like the star of the game for us in the Super Bowl. And, I just don't understand, him sometimes. He is great. If you look at his overall production from scrimmage, it's amazing. Even in the limited opportunities that he's gotten over the last few years that he's been here. But, it's like when you watch him run sometimes, it just, I don't know how it doesn't leave everybody baffled, his indecisiveness, about how to attack holes and when to bounce outside, when to just follow the blocks. But the bottom line is, I think there will be options in the draft. I don't expect the Eagles to go early on a running back. I know the running back out of Texas is the apple of a lot of Eagles fans' eyes, but that's just not what they do. They don't take running backs in the first round. They like to do things by committee, and, listening to the Inside the Bird podcast and Philly Sports, with Reuben Frank and Dave Zangaro, listening to them talk, they seem to have this information that the Eagles really love Kenny Gainwell. Trey Sermon is a guy they wanted to get a full off season with, to see how he responds. And then I think it's about, just drafting a guy. But I think Miles can get a pretty decent contract out there on the open market, but I don't really know that they want to tie their wagon to Miles Sanders. So I think he's gone. Gardner Minshew, just gone. I would really love an upgrade, And then let me say, listen, I'm not blaming, the Cowboys game and even the Saints game to some extent on Gardner Minshew. I just think in this offense, you need more from your quarterback, especially your backup. If, something happens and Jalen goes down, we need more athletically. We need, more with a guy with a stronger arm. Now, Gardner Minshew is a pretty smart quarterback. He is that. And like I said, I'm not blaming those 2 losses on him, but the upgrade is definitely needed. And he wants to be a starter somewhere. He needs to go somewhere where we'll have a legitimate chance to earn a starting job. Well, that's it. I pretty much covered everybody. It's a very, very short list on our own free agents. I'll talk more maybe a little bit later, in a week. Maybe I'm going to do the video on the defense thing tomorrow. That'd be a little bit longer video. But, I'll talk about, free agency. And I don't think it's going to be like a really big free agency run as far as picking players up. Now, there are some things that I hope, but like I said, I'm going to save that for another video. And tomorrow's video, like I said, will be about the defense. I'm sorry I'm a week late, but as I said, I wanted to kind of sit back and see what was going to happen with the coordinators. Tomorrow I'm going to, watch more videos, more intel, see how much more information I can find out about our new defensive coordinator. See what kind of defense he may run. It may give me a better idea of who that we have currently that'll be re-signed. But like I said, that's for tomorrow's video. But anyway, thanks for coming on and watching. I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. EAGLES, Eagles for life. Peace.